back with another video for Ophelia Talks, and today we are making this adorable sweet pea posy. We are making some flowers and some leaves, and then I am going to show you how to put them together to turn them into a little flower and a posy. So let's get started, and let me tell you first of all what you will need. So we are going to be using some of the sweet pea colors. I will link Lucy's blog below, and that will tell you which are the colors. I have chosen one of the greens to use for my leaves, and it's the cypress one. And I've just chosen any sort of a couple of colors from the flower colors, the pinks and the purples. Then I went on to Amazon and I ordered a pack of floral wire. It's 18 gauge, so you have to choose the gauge, and the smaller the number, the bigger, the thicker the stems. So 18 is this one. I have cut them in two using my sort of cutting tool. I don't know what it's called. And that's sort of the right sort of size for what we need. Also, let me just put these to the side. Also, what I'm using is some of this florist tape, and you pull it, and that's when the sticky sort of is released. And I wrap this round the tape to make it look a little bit like, you know, like a real stem. So let me just show you. So here I've got a stem without a leaf. So it's just the tape wrapped round. And here I have a stem with the leaf. And so here I have incorporated the leaf into the wrapping of the tape. So I'm going to show you how to do, if I can get this back in, how to do the flower first of all, then how to do the leaf, and then hopefully how to assemble them into the little flower stems. So let me just get started with this pink here. First of all, yes, what else do we need? We need a 3, and we need some snips, and very important, we need our hot glue gun for the assembly of the flower onto the stem. Right, so with this little pink one, we are going to get started, and we are going to do a magic circle. You go under this strand, pick up this back strand, pull it through, and then go back to the back strand and do your chain. Then you take your fingers out, and working over both strands here, you are going to do 10 single crochets. Well, actually I'm going to do 9, and then my 10th V is going to be my slip stitch to close the round. So you're working over the both strands, you insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through the 2 loops on your hook. This is called a single crochet in American terms. In the UK terms, it's called a double crochet. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So I've got my 9 V's. Now I am going to hold this flat, because otherwise it might just curl up all of a sudden. And you're going to pull the end, and keeping this flat, you're going to let it curl up into a little circle like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Under the 9th V, you are going to do a slip stitch. There we go. And now that means you have 10 V's going around the edge of your circle. Chain up 1. And now you are going to go into each V, and you are going to do 3 single crochets in each stitch around. So picking up both loops of the V, you are doing 3 single crochets, or in UK terms double crochets, in each stitch around. So from 10 V's or 10 stitches, we are going to go to 30. So we are tripling the amount of stitches. Now I am doing this while I'm talking. I am not properly counting, but should you have done 2 or 4, don't worry, okay? This flower is very you know, relaxed crochet. You don't need to sort of, you know, try and do the required amount of stitches. I mean, I've been doing this, you know, while watching TV, while out and about, and I'm sure that some of them have only got 2 stitches in them. So it doesn't really matter all that much. You do need a number of stitches, obviously, because otherwise you're not going to get the effect. So here we are. I've done 3, I think, 3 single crochets in each stitch around, and I'm going to pick up a V and do my slip stitch. So now we're on the 3rd round, so there's only 3 rounds, so that's good. Chain up, and this time once again we are going to do into the V's, we are going to do 3 single crochets into the first 15 stitches. Now I have to admit, I have made all those flowers and not once have I counted to 15. I have just eyeballed it. The pattern is forgiving enough to be able to do that. So in a moment I shall be laying it flat. Did I just go into the next? No, it's still the same stitch. And I'll be able to gauge whether or not I've done sort of halfway round. Now, important here is, like just now, I thought I'd gone into the next stitch, and that is very likely to happen because obviously doing 3 stitches, your stitches are going to sort of go over to that side. So what I tend to do is sort of push them back a bit like this, and then you get into that same stitch again. See, I'm just pushing them back like this, look. So I can still get into that same stitch. And it is getting crowded in here now. So that's a good tip, to just hold the stitches back. Did you hear that squeaking? Okay. So I think maybe, no, we're not halfway yet. Let's keep going. So just gauge it for halfway point. You can count them, of course. And let's see how we get to it. Oh, that went into the next stitch. Now, because we're using a 3 and the yarn is really a 4 for a 4 hook, it is possible that you are going to split your yarn because of course your hook is too small for it. But using a 3 here again, I just needed to, but using a 3 means that you're going to get a nice dense flower. Your stitches are going to be nice and small. So as you can see now, yes, we are halfway. Should you have done more or less, don't worry, just, you know, it doesn't matter. Now, yarn over into the stitch and you do 2 half double crochets. So half double crochet is yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through the 3 loops on your hook. In English terminology, this is the half treble. Now the reason why we're doing this is because the sweet peas are made up of sort of like a rolled up bit in the middle. I don't know the technical botanical terms for it. And then sort of like a little bit sort of hanging down around that rolled up bit. So we've done the rolled up bit and now we are doing the little bit that's hanging down. So this is just 2 stitches in each stitch, and that will mean that it will curl up less, because obviously here, hang on a minute, oh, that's splitting now. Okay, so here it's curling quite a lot because yes, we are doing too many stitches, and here we have a nice sort of flat thing lying down. But again, we are doing quite a lot of stitches in here as well, so it will be curly or only just slightly curly. I am keeping you talking because I'm trying to get to the end before you give up. But remember, we are also making the leaf in a moment. So stay with me for that. And you want to see my, just admit it, you want to see my hot glue gun in action, don't you? That's what I thought. Almost there. Okay, so let me just do the last few half double crochets in here. And then we do a slip stitch. That's our flower finished. Okay, so we have the little sort of curled up bit here, and then we have the little bit hanging down there. Right, so let's cut this off. You are going to have to sew in these ends. Okay, now onto the little leaf. I have chosen this colour because it sort of went the best with my floral tape. Well, that's what I thought anyway. And this time we are making a slip knot, inserting our hook and pulling it closed. I am going to leave a little bit of a strand here because you are going to need it to wind it into the stem. So don't cut off any yarn here. 7 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now we are going to do 2 chains. 1, 2. That is the first double crochet or treble crochet to come out of your 7th chain. Yarn over and into the 7th chain, so into the 3rd chain from your hook, you are going to do a double crochet, or in English terms, treble crochet. Then into the next stitch you're going to do a double crochet, and into the next stitch you are going to do another double crochet, and you're just picking up one leg of the chain. Okay, then we are going to do a half double crochet in the next stitch, so you pick up the top loop, another half double crochet in the next stitch. There we go. And then we have 2 chains left, so 1 single crochet, and in that last chain we are going to do a slip stitch. So into the chain, pull up a loop, and you pull it straight through the loop on your hook. Then you are going to do 2 chains, and you're going to go back into that hole that you've created from that slip stitch, and you do another slip stitch. So in theory we're doing a picot, so you make the point of the leaf. Then, hang on a minute, let me just hold everything properly again. This is my end. Don't start crocheting with your end. Then in the next stitch we are going to do a single crochet, and we've made our turn now. Now 2 half double crochets, so into the next stitch 1 half double crochet, into the next stitch, picking up that loop, yeah, 1 half, no, it's split. So carefully come back out, yarn over, and let's see if we can pick it all up. There we go, that's better. There we go. Okay, so 2 half double crochets. Now we're doing 3 double crochets. Sometimes what I tend to do is twist my hook to go into the loop easier. So let me just do this close up. So you yarn over, twist the hook, go under the loop like this, and you bring it up, and that made it a little bit easier to get in there without it splitting. So now we are going to do 1, 2 chains. We're going to go back to the middle here, and we are going to do a slip stitch. Now we are going to slip stitch all the way down the middle of the leaf, creating the middle vein. But okay, yes, maybe this does not look like the proper Sweet Posy leaf, but I just thought this little leaf, split again, looked so much like a little heart. I just really wanted to pursue this and do a video on it and use it, because I thought it looked ever so cute. And with these sweet peas, I think it looks very cute indeed. So there we go. I've worked my way all the way. Look at what a little heart this makes. Makes your heart sing. Right, so there we go. Cut it off. Okay, so let me just show you how I sew in these ends, because obviously you're not cutting them off. I am just going to thread them on, and I'm going to go through the tip here just to get my end here into the back, and just straight into the vein out the other end, just like this. Okay, don't pull too hard, because otherwise your leaf will start curling up. And then here we do the second one, and again same thing, I just go straight to the other side, and I make sure I end up in the middle of the heart there. Okay, so that's the leaves. I've done quite a few here. Then I've got these leaves, these flowers here. Here on the outside I thread, and I do a little fake end, sort of fake stitch, so it looks like you can't tell, invisible sewing. And then I just go a little bit on the back in there just to secure the end. There we go. And then the middle one here, that's the one that you're going to have to pull. So you close your magic circle, so pull it really tight so it's all closed, and then you do a couple of sew-ins like this, just making sure that that magic circle is not going to come open again. Okay, and then these two ends you can cut off, not the green ones. There we go. Okay, so in the meantime I've also, yep, that's heating up. I'm also heating up my hot glue gun. Now we are going to make the stems. So to make a stem without a leaf, what I tend to do is just put this on the desk and just roll around, but with these two fingers you sort of pull it slightly, because the more you pull it the more sticky it will be, and with this hand I'm just turning. So here I'm just stretching the tape on this side. Here I'm just, look, it goes quite quickly to be honest, and it just, you just go round to the other side. There we go, and it tears off. Okay, so we went from this to this, whoops. And of course you can sort of slightly bend it to make it look more natural. Then the next, what we are going to do is one with a leaf. So you're going to do exactly the same. You start on this end here, and you start twisting and tensioning slightly from the bottom here. Yep, okay. So now that we're here, we're going to start incorporating our leaf, and I take a leaf and I put it like this, and I keep the strands along my metal strand, and I just keep twisting it like before, this time incorporating the wool. See? warning, it makes your hands sticky. I've got sticky hands now, okay? And now this leaf is on there like that, and you can just bend it down to hang down like so. Okay? And again, you can just tear it off. Okay. Now I have sticky hands. So now we are ready for the flower. And what I tend to do is I look for the bit with the double crochets, with the half double crochet, so where it's hanging down, and I place that like so. And then my curled up bit is over there. Then I get the hot glue gun and I squirt a little bit in the middle there, closing that up. And then I squirt a bit there, closing it up a bit more. There we go. There we are. And then you can sort of bend it a little bit more to make it a little bit more natural looking, but there we are. That is our sweet pea. So all I need to do is finish making these ones, and then I've got a nice bunch. So I have made quite a few leaves and flowers, so you do need a little bit of patience to get a full bouquet, but I am really liking these. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.